Pick the Nintendo Shack and pray. Frederick from Fire Emblem Awakening says, yo.
Greetings, Koopalings! Welcome to this week's episode of the Nintendo Shack Podcast, Indie World, November 2023. How are you doing today, Donnie and Delvin?
Good, pretty good. You know, my son celebrated his 18th birthday, so that's a good thing.
Ooh, that's a big one. Happy birthday to him.
Yeah,
yep.
I'm old.
I'm doing great.
That's all that means.
I got up, watched the Vegas Grand Prix. It was excellent. It was a lot of fun. So I'm pumped.
Good. I got a gift in the mail from Delvin this week. The Eras Tour bucket that I missed out on, the AMC specific one. Thank you so much, Delvin. I was so happy.
You're welcome. You're welcome. No problem.
Looking out
Glad
for me. I
service.
appreciate it. Yeah.
No problem.
That is the now family heirloom that will be passed on for generations.
Along with the box. Apparently
Along with the box.
Popular.
It's still sitting in my kitchen with all the, scrap paper. What is it called? Shredded paper that Frisk likes to bury his way in. I think he is very happy about it. So thank you.
Frisk was like, screw this popcorn bucket. What's up with this box?
Yeah.
He did try to fit in the bucket, but he's a little too large for it. I did my Mario Golf rounds. I think. So we started talking about this before we recorded. And now I'm panicking a little bit because I went and I downloaded the game and I have never played Mario Golf before.
Yep.
And I'm like, you know what? Screw practice. I'm not going to practice any rounds. I'm just going to jump into the tournament. And you know what? Like, I think I'm good at video games. I'm
pull
gonna
the AI.
Sure thing.
So I typed in the tournament code and I see PSVG Lunch Club and I'm like, here we go. And I did all 18 holes. And like, so I have some questions because like I can see the other people. It is a lot of holes.
It's a lot. Yeah. We got to cut it down to 9 next month. Yeah, for sure.
But it's okay because it was fun. It was good practice. And so I did not see I thought that at the end I would be able to see everybody's scores. I don't know if you can or not.
You can. You have to go back to the tournament hub and then check the standings because the tournament doesn't close. It just closed. You can't check the final standings until after the tournament closes.
Okay. Well, I didn't know any of that. However, when I brought it up to Donnie right before we went live, he was like, "Really? I just checked the scoreboard and I didn't see your name on it. And you don't see my name on it. And I am confused why.
Yeah. Why do I sound like that? Yeah. What the that is I know
really,
damn right that is not
Rebecca.
how I sound like.
It's exactly what you sound like, first of all. Second of all, did I do all of those 18 holes for naught?
I wouldn't say for naught, but it's just I checked the scores so I could read them off, and here's our final standings. Jason takes the crown for the Thanksgiving PSVG Lunch Club Cup at 13 under. I come in second at 12 under. Steven at 6 under. Raul at 5 under, coming from, I believe that's the Mexico flag. So what's up, Raul? And Winter coming in 5th place at -4, and that's the top 5. So
Does
you told us
it
your
only
score
shows you the top 5?
Well, I could keep scrolling down if I open
Keep
all 3.
scrolling down. Make sure I'm there.
Keep scrolling.
I need to make sure that I did this
3DS.
correctly.
Let's hear the shame.
What I would like to know is how do you get those like what are the points? How is the points scored? I thought it was like number of strokes.
It is. So the way golf is scored is every hole has a par and you get scored in relation to the par. So if the par is 4 and you get a 5, then you're 1 over. If the par is 4 and you get a 3, then you are 1 under. The lower the score, the better.
You said like numbers that are not those numbers.
Yeah, I was 12 under. So I got 12 under the par on the round.
That's good. That's very good.
You said you thought you were 1 over?
I don't remember.
I'm checking.
Positive.
I'm waiting for it to load. I'm trying to get it to load.
I think I did really well, and it glitched.
Mm,
I think that the
Mm.
3DS servers are unstable.
I don't think so.
Yeah, probably.
I think she
Okay,
rolled
I
out of
just
bed
need
and thought
everybody
she
to
could
know
come
that
golf.
this is the first time that I have ever played Mario Golf, and I think that's respectable.
It is. That's very, very, absolutely.
And also, I have some questions.
Yeah. I honestly, I turned them on because I think it's like an aid. It's like an assist to give to other folks that are like new players.
Well, Rebecca, you should have used
But
those.
you can use them. They make your ball go further, or they like bounce out of the rough, or they go really high in the air, and different things like that.
I didn't
Yes.
feel that I needed them personally because I thought I was doing
You did.
well.
You thought wrong. See, much like a pregnancy test, when you see positive, that's not good. Just let you know.
The bright side is
Here are the
their
final
only
results.
way-
I have Rebecca on the.
We're back.
Are we back?
We're back.
Okay.
Can you see us?
Because I was going to start that because I'm trying to load the feed and I can't load the feed. I don't think we're back.
We're back.
It says we're
Okay.
back. They're saying we're back.
All right.
Chat saying
So
we're back.
let me take a moment to get off the Mario Golf and talk about this a bit because I want to apologize. One, I want to apologize for last week. My audio was just through the roof and I was really distorted. And I think I have had a Windows update affect my audio setup. So I've been dialing in my mic. So thank you for that. Thank you for dealing with us if you had to listen through it. If you got through it, I appreciate it. I did what I could on the editing end, but it was pretty hard to edit. Two, we've had some issues with Streamlabs. It's lost the show a couple times. I'm working with them. I've sent them all these logs. I've ran performance tests. There's nothing wrong with my setup or my internet. We are green lights across the board. There's something wrong on their end. I have tried some things today to fix that. So I've turned off some of the features. I've lowered the resolution just to see if that helps at all. So chat, like keep us in tune, keep us informed of what's going on over there. But hopefully this either fixes it or Streamlabs gets me a fix or tells me something. Hopefully we don't have to find something else because we will. If it keeps happening, we will go do something else.
Yeah.
I'm not going to keep putting up with this. So I'm trying.
And they didn't hear what place I got in, and I just would like to say that it was not last place.
That's correct. It was not last.
That
You
is
can listen
correct.
to the podcast version of the show if everything works.
If there's a podcast version.
If there's a
if it
podcast
works.
version of the show, you can listen to that and catch up.
If there's not,
Jeez.
we're gonna lie. We'll just say Rebecca got first place.
No, we're not saying that. Nope. The highest she can go is third.
I knew you were my favorite, Delvin.
Oh man.
Besides Mario Golf, I had a really tough week at work, so I did not play too much more. Oh wait, that's not true. I played Fire and Ice on the NES because it was for the Good Vibes Gaming NSO Game Club.
Nice.
Every week they spin a wheel and they play. They have
That's
guests on and they
dangerous.
play anything
Yes.
that is on Nintendo Switch Online
Why do
from
they
any
do
of the
that?
libraries. Because it makes for good content,
That
and
sounds
like you end up
torturous.
playing shit like Fire and Ice and the Legend of like whatever I played that other time that was like so bizarre. But Fire and Ice, it is Solomon's Key 2, just with a different name.
Oh, okay. I've
Yeah,
heard of Solomon's Key.
it's a prequel to Solomon's Key, so I guess they didn't feel like they could call it Solomon Keys 2. I don't know. It's called Solomon Keys 2 in Japan. But it was very good, actually. It came out like after the Super Nintendo was already out, so like it had pretty good graphics for the NES, really like catchy music, really good puzzles. I liked it. I'm not like a puzzle kind of gal, but it was good.
Nice.
I never
Okay.
would played it, otherwise, but and I ordered a Steam Deck OLED, so that should be coming. in
Yeah,
a
you
few
did.
days. So that's gonna be my my other indie machine because I feel like that's what my Switch really has kind of become. Like really, all I'm playing is indies, and I like that. So
Are you going to get
So
Garrett to do all the emulators and all that stuff, or are you just strictly just using it to play Steam games?
I don't know. I haven't decided yet.
Mm.
Wait, did you send it to Garrett and he did it?
No. But he can do it. I imagine.
Oh.
I'm sure he would do it for you. I'm sure he would.
So like he will do it. What do you mean? Like he'll do it for me?
He can set up all the emulators to run.
So I would
ROMs
have
and
to
stuff.
send it to him.
Maybe, or he can show you how.
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll see. I haven't decided yet.
Did you get the?
I already have a lot of emulators.
Did you get the limited edition?
I don't know. I got the 512 gigabyte one, so probably not.
There's a limited edition that's like it's like translucent.
Yeah, it's like clear. It's got
Oh,
red buttons and
no.
stuff.
No, I wish I got that. I don't know. It was a nightmare to check out in this thing. I was at work and I had
That's
a
what I kept
10-minute
hearing.
window where I could do it before I had to jump into a meeting. And I'm clicking and it's we cannot process your order. And everybody else was saying the same thing.
Yeah.
And then I had to go into and then I was kept trying. I kept clicking on it. And it was you have attempted too many purchases within the last hour. We are stopping you from
Locked out.
making any further purchases. I'm I didn't actually purchase anything. I was just trying to purchase.
Yeah.
And
Right.
then I got out of my meeting because one of my students had recess detention and somebody needed to sit with her. And so I'm I'll do it. I'll sit with her. And I was
Wow.
able to sit with her, and then I was able to get back in and pre-order it.
Nice.
So that's how I got it.
So, how soon after the Switch 2 comes out when you kick this shit to the curb?
100%. Day
Just
2.
gonna just like football, kick it
The
I
day
don't need
after.
this anymore.
Well, no, because I think I have several games in my Steam library already that are not on the Switch that I have been wanting to
Sure.
play that I just
Yeah.
don't want to sit at the computer for extended times because I like my handheld.
Plus, if you
Think
wait
it's
long
good.
enough, some of those PlayStation games that you want to play will show up on Steam. You can play those on Steam Deck.
That is
Mm.
true.
That is true.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Good point.
If
It's
you wait
exciting.
long enough, you actually get a good version of the game.
Yeah, if you wait even longer, it might run.
You get a
Yeah.
remaster of a remaster.
Yeah, it might actually run.
Yeah, but that was my my irresponsible purchase of the week, and I'm excited.
Good purchase.
I'm excited to hear about it when you get it.
Yeah, thank you. What have you
Very
guys been up to?
Yeah.
I've been playing a lot of 3DS. That's more than anything what I've been playing. I took it with me. I was on the road work this week every day. Every day I was driving across this county to the furthest points of my county too. So I've been on the road. Most days I was doing 2-hour one-way trips each day. So I carried my 3DS around with me. I played some WarioWare Gold. I
Yes.
played some Metroid Blast Ball. I played some Yoshi's Woolly World. I've just been dabbling with a lot of. One of the things that I've been playing the most, maybe, is Pokemon Heart Gold.
Oh, such a good
Um,
game.
I got some, I don't know, Chinese ROM thing off Amazon. It's a little DS cart for $13. I posted about it in Discord. You put it in your 3DS and it has 800 DS games on it. They're just there's a
I would
bunch
not
of
put
them.
that in my 3DS. That sounds horrible. That sounds like it's gonna take over your system.
Nah, piece
Probably.
of cake. Just threw that bad boy in there. Let's see what happens. It's like a little DS cartridge and it's got an SD card on it. It's just like a little prefix
What was it,
ROM thing.
$5?
It was $13. And it has it's got all the Pokemon games on it. So I started playing Heart Gold I was feeling nostalgic. Let's take it for a spin. And then I realized I've been playing this for 40 minutes.
And you picked Chikorita because you recognize he's the best starter.
I did not.
Oh,
No.
Totodile. You look
None
like a
of that.
Totodile
I
kind of
did
guy.
pick Totodile.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jack, I told Jack
There
that
you
you
go.
said that, and Jack was like, tell her Chikorita sucks.
Wow.
He went hard.
Shots fired.
I'm getting shit on about Pokemon by a 12-year-old.
But yeah, I did pick Totodile. Those weren't my favorite starters, so I would get rid of them if I could, but I can't.
What?
I say going back
All three are
to
good.
not having experience share is a thing.
Hard. Yeah.
It's oh man.
You actually have to use all of your party members.
Yeah, I know. So just grinding up levels and stuff. But I did notice I was sitting waiting for a meeting to begin and I was just playing and I was I love how much of a time waster this game used to be when I liked it. I haven't felt this since Sun and Moon really. Maybe a little Let's Go. Not even really Let's Go, but I used to sit there and just mindlessly play Pokemon all the time.
Mhm.
And I just haven't in years. It's
I
getting
think
back
that the
on a habit
Johto
or something.
region is really good. The way that it's laid out, the very beginning of the game, it's really, really.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe it's nostalgia talking, but I don't know. It's like comfort food for me.
I never played through Heart Gold. So, you know, like
It's like the
this
best
is
remake
nice.
ever.
Yeah, no, and I'm really enjoying it, and just, you know, combing through like all the touchscreen options, all the menu options, and everything. Like, this is great. Like, how have we effed this up so much? Like, this is great. Why aren't we just doing this? I don't know. I may just be. You reach that point in life where you get so old that you just stay where you were, right? And I may be there with Pokemon. Like, I just can't. I'm just not on board with like everything that they're doing. You know. So
Yeah,
anyway.
I feel that.
I get it.
The other game I'm playing is Tomomi. And Tomomi is an indie game that I got on Switch. Remember, I told you guys a few weeks ago there was that Switch eShop sale where I bought like 20 games for like $2 a piece. This is one of them. I had this game in my Steam library. I had known about it for a little bit. It's a Metroidvania. It reminds me a lot of Katana Zero. It's like a really lo-fi, low frills, like RPG Maker version of Katana Zero, like a one-person project Katana Zero. But it's a lot of fun. It's kind of boobacious. Like the characters are kind
Bodacious.
of very well-chested. And it kind of does the anime thing, and it's got little nods and stuff like that. But the combat is great. You run around as this little sword fighting character, and you fight all these monsters and bosses, and you get better abilities and ninja stars and all that stuff, and you keep getting better and unlocking more access to the map, and you've got warp points and stuff. I beat it. It's really not that long. I think I beat it in like 3 hours. There may be, I don't know, like alternate endings or anything. I definitely didn't like 100% it or anything like that, but yeah, I dig it. It was fun. It was fun for cheap.
Sounds good.
That's it. That's really all I've been up to. I've just been playing around with 3DS when I'm not playing on PC, and then dabbling with Tomomi on Switch.
What about you, Delvin?
I've just been busy all week, you know, spending time with my son for his birthday and stuff like that, and him having fun, wanting to go places and things. And the one time I was getting ready to play my Switch, right? I sit down, I turn on Mario RPG, and as soon as I start, someone walks up to me like, "Hey, we got a guy, man, I need to talk to you." Like, you know what? I don't have a minute. I'm gonna go record a podcast. So I just walked off and like sat in here till it's time to record Nintendo Shack. Like, absolutely not. Because anytime somebody says you got a minute, it's never a minute. It's an hour.
Never.
It's 2 hours, 3 hours. Like, absolutely not. Not today, Satan. Like, nope. I am going downstairs and just doing mic tests for like 30 minutes. That's what I did.
Did you see the Mario RPG My Nintendo Reward?
Oh, you sent that to me.
It's a box, right?
It's a reversible cover. So you can use your platinum points on the Nintendo thing to get a reversible cover to make your Nintendo Switch box look like the Super Nintendo box.
That is cool.
I don't like how it wraps around. I wish that it had been like horizontal instead. So like if you like turn the case to the side, that it would look like it, because the wraparound, like you're not gonna see it. Like, I don't know. But I like the idea. I like that they're doing it.
Yeah, it's a nice little nod. And look, they've done way worse with My Nintendo Rewards.
Absolutely.
Yes, I was gonna say that. Like I lose my platinum points all the time because I look like, what is this shit? I don't want to use this.
Yeah, there's nothing
for that.
Yeah,
like one day something's good gonna come up. The one day when something good's like, oh yeah, my points have expired.
Yeah, that's about how it goes.
Yeah.
There's stuff that like I want to get on here sometimes, but I don't want to have to pay like the $7 shipping to get it.
Yeah.
Like it's really not free.
Like,
it's really like a poster.
Together.
Like I'm not gonna like pay like $7 for like a bookmark or like a keychain, yeah, or a poster.
Yep.
I think
this Pikmin kitchen towel is cute. I would do that. I should get that.
That's cool. I think one time a while back it was a printable image. Like, hey, here's an image you can buy for like 50 points.
They do that a lot. There's a lot of wallpaper.
I could just print this out my goddamn self. Like,
right?
Here's my points for this.
Yep. They had a Detective Pikachu coffee cup.
That's cool.
And I was like, this is the best thing about this entire franchise. that they have this coffee cup you
Probably.
can buy. Mhm.
Probably.
Yep.
I love Detective Pikachu, homie.
Do you?
Yeah, it's great. Great.
They have a Detective Pikachu Returns cup cozy. Oh,
Yeah.
it's like a little thing that you put
Little
around
cup.
your cup, like a
Yeah.
cup holder type thing. That's cute, I guess. I got the Tears of the Kingdom keychain.
Glenn says he's playing Persona 5 Tactica. He says it reminds him of Mario Rabbids. That's interesting because I was going to ask you if it's Fire Emblem Persona. If it's Mario Rabbids, then I think I'll pass. But thanks. Thanks. I was waiting for you
I
to...
downloaded the Game Pass,
Hmm.
so I'll be playing.
Interesting.
It later.
I'll be waiting to hear your guys' thoughts.
Yeah, it looks cool.
I don't need
Very
more XCOM.
stylized.
I don't need XCOM games in my life. I'm good.
I like XCOM, but I feel like I only need one a year of those, if that.
Hmm.
Yeah. I got
Anything
nothing.
else?
Nope.
No, I got nothing.
I can talk a little bit about some PSVG programming notes. We talked about this on PSVG this week, but I realize that not everybody listens to all of the shows. So let's start with our December break is coming up. As we've done annually for a few years now, we'll all take a break in December. That means the last Nintendo Shack of the year will be December 3rd. So we have 2 more of these from us, and then we will take a break in December, and then we'll come back in January. When in January, I don't know. Probably the 31st. We'll come back December 31st. Unless we have New Year's plans, then maybe the week after. So yeah, we'll do our annual Christmas show like we've done every year for the last many years, where we talk about our favorite games of the year, and we'll throw in a few more things to chat about and maybe catch up on what we've been doing since we're on our break before we lead into Christmas. Generally, I like to have that show ready for you by Christmas. That's generally. Now, it depends on how many people I can wrangle up for this. You know, everybody's got plans and they travel and they've got family, and it's ideally I'd have everybody on PSVG all on the show. That would be great. But that, you know, we'll get as many as we can and take it from there.
Can I throw out a quick suggestion?
Mhm.
Might be good to record that as early as possible. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So everybody can still be in town.
I
and not-
reached out to all of you.
Yeah.
I posted like, hey, when do you guys record this? And nobody.
I just thought about it right now. I just thought about it right now.
It's
Like,
hard to wrangle cats when the cats don't respond. So, you know,
I'm flexible, you know this.
yeah. And so am I. That's why I usually try to, who's traveling, let me know and we'll plan around you, or I'll try my best to plan around you because I'm flexible. I'm not doing anything. I'll make it happen. So,
I'm always doing something
right. Yeah.
or someone.
Wow. In addition to that, we also made the announcement that we have brought in Cadillac on Mars as a new podcast.
I saw
For
that, and I don't know
PSVG.
what it is. Can you tell us all what that is?
Sure. Yeah. That is a show that is ran by yours truly, Delvin Cox here, alongside Chalfie, who many people know in PSVG land, and their co-host T. And Delvin, why don't you explain to her what the content of Cadillac on Mars is? Because it's not a gaming show.
Is it about cars?
It's not about cars.
No,
not even a
Okay, what
Not
is
little
about
it?
cars. It's,
Okay, what is it? What
it's
is it?
almost it's like PSVG if you take out the games and add in a whole bunch more nonsense. That's
Take
the
out
best way to
games and
describe it.
add in racism. And it's just, that's it. Just take
That
out
is not
the
that
game.
is not what it is at all. That is not what it is at all. We love everyone on Cadillac on Mars.
Do you?
Except some people. Nah.
Wait, I need to know more.
This
There you go.
this is Rebecca. This is gonna be Rebecca's favorite podcast. We just talk about white men we don't like. So
There it
talk
is.
about
You
that
know
a lot.
Delvin,
That's
wait, hold on. Do you know how many times I got
Got
called
Rebecca
racist
going.
this past week because of a tweet where I just said white men? I didn't even say anything bad, but apparently I'm racist. Can I tell you?
you can't
what
say
the
that.
sentence was?
You need to
And
come
can you
tell
tell
your
me-
story on Cadillac on Mars.
Wait, okay, I'll
You'll
save it for
fit
Cadillac.
right
on
in.
Mars.
Yeah.
Please invite me on the show. I have a lot of things to say about white
It's
people.
Donnie's favorite racist podcast. His favorite white guilt podcast.
I'll be there, Delvin. Just tell me when.
Yeah.
No problem.
Chalfie has been extended PSVG family for some time, and actually, I give him the kudos. He reached out to us and said, "Hey,
Yes.
I'd love to join the network." He made a really good point that as PSVG has evolved over the years, especially like play some video games, the new podcast, like kind of what we do with it being more of a hangout, more of a friend show, less focus on just game coverage. He thought it fit in better now, and I agree with him. So we brought them on, and you may see them. You never know. You may see Chalfie on Shack one day because they're now a part of the team.
Sweet.
Yeah.
And then speaking of team, go ahead, Delvin.
Well, let me explain to people. For those who don't know, to put it in PSVG terms, Chalfie is essentially my dev. That's the kind of relationship me and Chalfie have. We talk all the time. We hang out all the time. So the way Donnie is with Dev is the way me and Chalfie are. Same 100%.
Thing. Yeah. And then speaking of the team, we raised the flag. So if you didn't see, we are recruiting new members. My thought on this has changed a little bit since we announced it. Ideally, and this is really Delvin's gig. Delvin has been wanting me to add 20 new people to the team and 18 new shows.
No, not 20.
Ever
not
since
20. Not at all.
But ideally, we have been talking, me and Delvin have been talking for several months now about trying to add some people. Now, it's a daunting challenge for me because you add people, you teach them how to Audacity, you teach them how to set up, you teach them how to mail, and you get them going. And then, as PSVG has proven, people leave, over time. And then it requires somebody to step in and pick up that slack. And generally speaking, for the last few years in PSVG land, that has meant me and Delvin. Delvin and I have had to step in and pick up the slack. So we are not going to create new shows, right? Like I want to be very clear. No. We're not adding content. We're adding people.
Our new show is Cadillac on Mars.
Yeah, that's it.
That's the new show.
When I started this, when I announced it, the intent that I had was I would really love one person that loves video games, that wants to podcast about them and is into podcast production, like literally just one. In my head is, if I could find another me or another Delvin, we'd be set. Just one person that could float in and out of different shows, wasn't so branded with one thing or one console, right? That would be ideal. Since we announced it last week, I got 8 people that want to join. I got all kinds of people that want to join in different facets. So I'm thinking we'll probably add more than one person because that one ideal person doesn't seem to be there. But I can take 2 or 3 people and make that ideal reality possibly happen. So again, I just want to be very specific. Here's what we're looking for. If you love video games, you love PSVG, right? That's a big part of it. We expect everybody on the team to be a member of our Discord and partake in the community in addition to doing the podcast. If you want to join a show, that's great. But just joining the show, that's the fun part. You got to learn how to either run the show production, run Melon, be able to adjust these things on the fly. And then eventually, it would be great if you could learn how to do some light podcast editing and be able to upload the shows. Because that's all the back end work that we rely really on 2 or 3 people for. And I'd like that 2 or 3 people to become 4 or 5. That way, if I'm on vacation or I'm unavailable or Rebecca steps out, she's got to go to WonderCon or whatever, we can have somebody else that comes in and can fill in for a week and still, and the show doesn't miss a beat. So that's it. Really, that's it. We're looking for a few people. If you're interested, DM me on Discord. DM our channels on Twitter.
Don't DM me.
Don't DM Rebecca.
Johnny. No, do not DM me. I will not.
You know what? I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say because I was starting to say don't DM me neither because I got some wild DMs about this. I didn't show you all of them. I didn't tell you all of them, Donnie. Some of them like absolutely.
I'm glad. Yeah,
No way.
Screen out the bad ones. I'm good with that.
Like no.
But what I will say is everybody's going to get a chance. So when we come back in 2024, you're probably going to start hearing some guests because we're not going to do like a tryout. We're not going to have like you got one show to show us what you got. That's not how podcasting works. We got to see if we can develop any sort of chemistry, how it works. And you need a couple cracks at it. So just bear with us. You may start seeing new voices on new shows and you may see them multiple times, a few times. And then we as a team will kind of sit back and collect our thoughts on who we want to add and, you know, who we don't, and so on and so forth. So everybody's going to get a chance. Like, I'm not just like going to pick a name out of a hat or anything like that. I want to see how folks fit in first.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if it shows. I'm trying to be very reserved with this. In the past, I've just literally added people on a whim. I'm trying to show restraint. So
yeah, let us know what you think too. And also, if you want to, you know, apply for it or whatnot, make sure you have an open schedule and you're willing to stick around for the long haul. I don't want to have the situation where we're having people get into it and 2 months later, like, I can't do this anymore. We're looking for people who are going to be here and be dedicated to the whole thing. And it's not an easy thing. It's time consuming, but it's well worth it.
It's hard to switch hosts. People get attached to the host on a podcast that they subscribe to, right? And the show can stay the same if you just swapped out the host, and then people aren't interested anymore because they're attached to the voice, right? To the people that are talking.
Yeah.
So it's not. I don't take it lightly to, you know, to bring people in and out of a show. I don't want to do that. So let's just think of it as we'll have some frequent guests for a little bit, and then when we're ready to make a more permanent addition, we'll let you know.
Yeah, and I think to what Donnie said, we kind of lucked out with this situation with us because it just so happened that people like us and it just kind of clicked together. That's not always the case, by the way, at all.
Yep. No, spot on.
So true. Shall we jump into the Indie World recap?
Let's do it.
Let's go.
I'm going to be completely honest. Usually I am all over these indie worlds, but I missed this one because I was at work and then forgot that it existed until just this moment and did not get a chance to watch it. So all of these announcements are going to be brand new news to me. Shantae Advance, Risky Revolution. Spin the world around, play with the foreground, background, layer order. What? Tell me about this.
Yeah, let me. So we knew this game was a thing back in June at the Limited Run Games Direct. If you guys remember, that's when Clock Towers announced. They announced that they were bringing back this once canceled Shantae game for GBA. This is the game. It's getting printed on GBA. They're going to make a GBA copy of this game you can buy. But it's also coming to all consoles, including Nintendo Switch. And it's Shantae Advance Risky Revolution. It fits in between Risky's Revenge and the original Shantae. It does have this. They're playing with the foreground, background, like Mario Wonder, like Mutant Mudds, but they have like a spin mechanic where you hit like a terminal and the world like shakes. I'm doing this with my hand. You can't see it. And then it like flips.
That's amazing.
It spins around. And when it spins around, you can see stuff you couldn't see before. So there's puzzling elements and pathways and things to it that weren't there before, which sounds pretty cool. It also has a 4-player local battle mode. So you guys can get in there and fight each other in Shantae land. It's out in 2024. Really it does. Yeah, I did watch this. I didn't watch it live.
I watched the trailer.
I was working and I couldn't. And I remember when I came back to the Discord later afternoon, people were like, you don't have to watch it. You can skip it. And I did sit down and watch it yesterday while I was doing the notes. And I'm all in on Shantae, of course. So, yeah, easy day one for me. That's one for me that's in this direct.
Shantae feels like that consistently reliable franchise.
Yeah, great series. They make good games over there way forward.
I have not played a single Shantae game, but everybody tells me I should play them because I would like them or not. Because I like the DuckTales remaster they made a while back.
That's a good remaster.
For all the mergers and acquisitions and people buying Activision and Bungie and stuff, like Nintendo should just buy Way Forward.
They should.
That's excellent. Good job. Like, we'd be so excited. Like, good, go Nintendo.
I would be.
Yeah, they do good stuff. I can't wait. I can't wait for Clock Tower, obviously. So
next game, Core Keeper. It's a mining sandbox adventure for up to 8 players, set in an endless procedurally generated cave, coming out next summer.
You got anything on this one, Delvin?
It looks pretty. I saw it like, I don't think it's for me, but it looks pretty. Like I saw, it's like, was it top down almost like isometric? Yeah,
this is not. Pretty, this is not a game that I'm interested at all in. Like, it's just not my thing. That said, I think of all the games that were shown, like, it was really, if you're into this sort of game, it looks like they're doing that sort of game really well.
Yeah,
it's like an endless dungeon crawling vampire survivor multiplayer thing. It's kind of neat. Like I was like, okay, that's cool, I guess. Again, not for me, but looked good.
Looks like it'll be a good game, but just not something I'd play personally.
Yeah.
Not really my genre of choice. On Your Tail, a sleuthy, story-driven life sim. Befriend the locals and search for clues in order to uncover the identity of a masked menace. There's a card element. Garrett Bland, did you hear that? It's coming out next year.
Yeah, this might be the biggest miss for me on the entire showcase. It's coming from Humble Games. I just didn't dig the style a whole lot. And then the actual description and the showcase of what the game was like, this was I just kind of glazed over. I was like, okay.
He goes, did someone say cards? Next up is Howl. Turn-based tactical folktale set in medieval times. It's out now. There's a demo in the eShop if you are unsure.
Howl looked great, like art style wise. It's got a super killer look to it. It reminds me of like Into the Breach, right? Where you're setting up your moves and kind of like playing on the board. The only thing that kind of threw me off, and maybe I should try the demo to get an idea, is the mechanics and the controls. Not like on the, hang on, let me try that. The instructions of the game, like the menu and the symbols and all that. Like in the trailer, I was like, I don't know what's going on. Like, I don't know what they're doing. Like there's like arrows. I'm like, what does that do? Is it this? So
looks convoluted.
It seemed maybe like a learning curve, like I got to figure out and I'm sure they've got a tutorial walk through it and all that. But yeah, I don't even know if I've got interest in trying to learn anything like that. It's like, I'd rather, play Metal Gear or something. But,
exactly.
But it looks cool. It looks good.
It looks cool, but it's not time for that type of
A
game.
star named Eos.
Mm-hmm.
Am I saying that right? EOS, Eos. It's a
Nailed it.
first-person narrative adventure telling the story of Day, a young photographer investigating his mother's disappearance, coming out next spring. I love everything about the sound of this except for the first-person narrative. But I played Firewatch recently, and I did like that one. It sounds a little similar.
It's a good one.
It's not.
It's
At
not
least the
what?
trailer.
Similar?
It's not similar. Yeah.
Oh.
It's not free like that. It was just kind of like walking around inspecting a bunch of stuff. It's like, here's
So
a
more
letter,
like Gone
here's a
Home, which
cup,
I
and
started.
I think even maybe that's a
Stretch.
lofty, yeah.
Okay. Backpack Hero, a roguelite adventure in which players delve deep into randomly generated dungeons to scavenge the resources needed to rebuild and expand the sleepy hamlet of Haversack Hill. The twist is how you organize weapons and items in your backpack matters, with adjacent items creating unusual synergies that help defeat foes. Interesting, because I read the first sentence and I'm like, don't we have enough games like this? But that actually differentiates it a bit.
I believe the eShop
now.
starts with the sentence. I think on the eShop title, the description of the game starts with the sentence, inventory management, the game.
Oh.
Like that is the focus of the game, is how you can organize and stack things in your backpack to help you go forward. Like how you move things around as you collect them buffs your skills and whatnot. And like, that's what helps you progress. Is it interesting? Because I was like, who thought of this? Who wants this?
I think it's an interesting concept, but I would not want to play it.
I'm with you. But yeah, while I was watching that, I was like, this is an easy pass, hard pass.
Yeah. Once you start off your sentence with inventory management in the game, I'm like, absolutely not. I could do that.
Right?
At home.
Yeah. I don't think people
man.
say inventory management like it's a good thing when they're talking about games.
No.
Yeah.
Blade Chimera, is that how you say that word?
Blade Chimera, and holy shit, I am all in on this game. This game
tell me about it.
Cool.
Dope.
How do you say what? What is it?
Chimera. Yeah, it's an exploration 2D adventure action game. They called it like a Metroidvania. I don't pull a whole lot of that, but I mean, yeah, I think most people would probably go down that path. The player wields the demon sword called the Lumina Sword. Here's the cool thing about the mechanic that the sword gives you is not only do you use it to attack, but you can hit things that were previously there. So like in the trailer, they showed like steps, like in the environment, like the buildings collapsing and everything. But then the player slices his sword and the steps that used to be there are now there again. Like kind of like in the Matrix, you can like walk up these steps that disappeared. And I was like, that's cool. But more than anything else, the game has a really awesome look. Definitely like the old, almost like FMV kind of Castlevania games, where everything's like a bit grainy and gritty, but you still have, I'm thinking like maybe like a GBA sort of thing, but like modern,
Yes.
where the hair like flip. There's a lot of detail, but it's, but it looks old, but it's new.
The art style, it looks great.
Yeah, it
to be
does. It
honest.
looks
Looks
great.
really
I am
cool.
a sucker for a good looking game. And yeah, like this all, I was all in. Where's the demo for this? Like, I want to play this right now. It looks great. So I'm all in on that one.
I agree. It looks really cool. I'm excited for it.
Next one is called A Highland Song. It's a narrative platformer. It sees the teenage protagonist hiking across the remote Scottish Highlands, scaling cliffs and splunking caves along the way as she attempts to reach her uncle's lighthouse on the coast. Comes out December 5th. Pre-orders
I'm
are
all in.
open. It sounds like Oxenfree-ish a little bit based off of that, but maybe
Sort
less
of.
creepy-ish.
More platforming. Yeah, more of a platformer for sure. But definitely, yeah, in that vein, you're on the right track. I'm all in on this one too. And here's where I'll say this. A lot of the feedback that we got, or that I saw from this Indie World Direct, was that it was terrible. It was a Snorefest. It was boring. Even in the chat already, we started talking about it. People were saying the same thing. I'm not saying it was great. There are definitely some hard misses, but there were some hard hits too. Blade Chimera and Highland Song, I'm getting both of these games day one. Like, I'm in on this.
Wait, I need to see.
In a couple weeks. Yeah, you need to see it, because I was going to say it's definitely a platformer, but the style of it is more like that, more like the UbiArt games and
Whoa,
stuff that we
it
used to
looks
have.
like the landscapes are like have kind of like a realistic vibe to them,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
the character looks like she is like hand painted on from like an anime or something.
Yeah. So
I
that
love
they
that.
said
so
that they
good.
have Scottish, it's like folk music and stuff that are playing through the background, and yeah, I was thinking it's got like a Child of Light sort of motif.
Oh, a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm on board. I thought this. I hope the platforming holds up. Maybe it won't be that long. I don't know, because the platforming that they showed is platforming, but it's basic platforming.
Yeah,
What was
I
that
like
other
basic
game? Kind of
platforming.
like Gree.
Okay, so I was just gonna say this looks like if Gree, Oxenfree, and Child of Light had a baby, all three.
Yeah,
of them
I'm on
together.
board. That sounds great.
Yeah.
I was surprised that more people weren't talking about this, because everything that I saw was like,
Looks
this
beautiful.
looks great. I want to play this game. I'm here for it. Let's do it.
Love it. Yeah, I will keep an eye out for that one. Okay, this next one I have stuff to talk about. Moonstone Island. It's an
Mhm.
open world life sim pairing crop growing, crafting, and NPC romancing with Pokemon style creature collecting and card based combat.
You're good,
I
Garrett.
saw somebody posting. So I think that this is already on Steam. It's coming out on Switch spring 2024. It says timed console exclusive, but it is on Steam because I saw somebody posting screenshots from it, and I said, "Wow, that game looks really cool. What game is this?" And they told me it was Moonstone Island, and I replied back, "Oh my gosh, like that will probably have to be my first purchase on my new Steam Deck."
Nice.
And lo and behold, I get some Steam codes in my DMs from our one and only Yarden Angel, and Moonstone Island is one of them. So that'll be the first game
Well, there you
most
go.
likely that I play on my Steam Deck. Shout out to Yarden. Thank you.
Good
Nice.
job, Jordan.
You're
It
such a
looks
good guy.
really cute. I'm so excited to try it. And like I am picky with my like Harvest Moon, Stardew Valley type clones because I feel like it's like kind of become a meme at this point that there are too many of these
Sure.
like farm sim games. And so I'm very picky with it because like I've been there, done that kind of thing. But this one, I don't know, like it looks really good. So I'm excited to see if it, meets my expectations.
My takeaway from the trailer, like Core Keeper, was that this game is not for me, but it looks like it's really well made for the people that it's for.
Mhm.
It looks
Mhm.
really
Yes.
deep. Like there's when I was watching the trailer, I was like, oh, so you can just get lost. You can just lose your life just playing this game, huh? That's what they're going for. Like you can just get sucked into this game indefinitely. Because it looks, pretty out there. They started doing all the crafting and all that. I was like, so this thing just has everything.
The thing that caught my eye
one?
in the screenshot that the girl posted on my feed was I think she was like placing different furniture items in the house. And you know me with like customization and stuff, and like the art style, it does resemble Stardew Valley a little bit, but it looks like a little bit more chibi.
Yeah.
She posted a screenshot. The lantern stays in the middle of the floor. I don't give a crap, and I don't know. Lots
I
of
didn't
plans.
check because I just thought about it. Do we have any idea if this is on mobile at all or planning to be?
I don't know.
My daughter
Oh,
has
that's a
been
good question.
seriously down Stardew Valley lately. For weeks, she's been playing it almost nonstop. But she only plays things on her iPad. Like I can't. She's just not doing the consoles and stuff anymore. I'd love to put this in front of her and see what happens, but if it's not on an iPad, I don't think we have a chance.
Moonstone Island Mobile. Let's see.
Is that a thing?
It says Android.
So
Okay.
maybe one day. We'll see.
Next one is Death Trick Double Blind. It's a non-linear visual novel mystery told from two perspectives. Solve the mystery of the missing magician from the
Pass.
traveling circus. There's a demo out now, 2024 timed exclusive.
What do you mean, Delvin? Detective Pikachu, you were on the case.
No. This is
You gotta
not
solve the
Detective Pikachu.
clues. You
This
gotta
is-
find the magician.
No. This is a visual novel where you have to hit X to keep the story going. No, I'm not doing that.
You think he
No.
disappeared?
I don't know about detective and mystery games, but I want to get more into visual novels. I feel like I need to find the right one.
There's a Invincible one on Steam that I played. It's kind of a visual novel / RPG. It's called Adam Eve, where you play as the character Adam Eve, and you're going through her little story. Like if you like the Invincible cartoon show in the comic books, it's based off of that, and you fight in the game. It has RPG elements, but it's a visual novel. It's pretty cool. It's
Interesting.
only $7.
I'll look it up.
Not a visual novel, but since it just came to my head, Delvin, Jack was looking for games to play, and I pushed him on The Walking Dead, and he just finished The Walking Dead season 1 for the first time, and he came to me like in tears. He's like, I'm completely broken.
I knew it. Tell him to
And
keep going.
He didn't believe me because I told him, I was like, you can play these games. It's like, they're great. I was like, but I'm going to warn you. I was like, they're very emotional. He's like, what are you talking about? I was
Keep
like,
going.
I cried when I played it. He was like, you cried? I was like, yeah, I bawled my eyes out when I played the damn game.
Keep going, Jack. If you get to the end of the story and see how much
He started
the
season
gameplay
2.
itself
That's what he
progresses.
did next. He just kept going.
Yeah.
So
You can skip the Michonne one. The Michonne one you can skip. But the mainline ones, just keep going through. You're gonna be on quite the journey, especially since they all work now. You're not playing them when they first came out.
yeah, they're on.
You're gonna have a great time with them.
Yep.
The final season.
The big The big announcement of the Indie Direct was actually
me.
leaked before. Well, I know, but this was like the big thing for that.
One
Shut
more
up.
thing.
This was leaked beforehand. Our Lord and Savior Pioro X on Twitter teased this. Outer Wilds, the Archaeologist Edition. It includes the
Is there one more thing?
game's Echoes of the Eye expansion. I thought this was on the Switch already, but I think
So did I.
This is a sick. I did too. This is a sick
think-
one more thing.
it kind of is, especially since
Yeah.
it's
We were
not coming
thinking
out until
Outer
December
Worlds.
7th.
Yeah.
And
Which-
the physical is coming next year. And I believe that they announced that this was coming to the Switch a few years ago. And now it's finally here. I think that's a pretty weak one last thing. I don't
they
know.
could-
I think
they
that
need-
one last thing
they need
should
the
be
one last
something
thing
we don't
ourselves.
know is
They-
coming.
They could have let us leave. You can leave now. It's
They
okay.
could have turned.
Yeah.
Well, hang on. The sizzle reel was good, but
This
look,
is real. Tell us.
they're the people that like Outer Wilds love it. It was like Eurogamer's game of the year it came out. Like a lot of people. like it.
Great.
I played it and I did not like it. I don't like time loop games at all, and I definitely did not like it. And I bounced off of that one hard. So, yeah, it's not for me. But there was a sizzle reel, and unfortunately, what the one more thing should have been is that Planet of Lana drops on Switch in spring 2024.
Now that's
And
a
that
good one
is
more
one of
thing.
my favorite games that I've played this year, and they
I agree.
buried it in a sizzle reel behind
Yeah,
the
that's a
Outer
shame.
Wilds.
Now
Just
that's a good one more thing.
buried it.
Yeah.
They also put Enjoy the Diner, Heavenly Bodies, Pass Part Out 2, The Lost Artists, Urban Myth Disillusion Center, which I don't know what that is, but I really was digging what I was looking at, so I wishlisted it on Steam. I don't know.
Okay.
Like, I'm gonna try it. I guess it's like some sort of visual novel, but like it's kind of creepy and Bray Whitey, and I was like, oh, I kind of want to know I want to know what it's about. I want to know more. I'm intrigued. I want to know more. I also wishlisted Gecko Gods because I just thought that looked pretty fucking fun. You're like a gecko and you like crawl on the wall and you do puzzles and stuff. I was like, that looks kind of neat.
Oh.
And then also buried in the sizzle reel was Braid, the anniversary.
Can we talk about this one?
Yeah, we should
course.
because they've
That
announced
should
it,
be
they
the
talked
time
about
loop one that they ended with.
Yes.
I just want to say a couple things about this game. Like 4 years ago, the first time that we did the Fantasy Critic League, I picked this game because the man that makes it said, "Oh, this game is coming out this year. It's the anniversary. It's not even
Yeah,
like
it's
a
taken a long
sequel
time.
or anything, or like this huge remaster. It's just like a better version of the game. It's not going to take me that long." Like 4 years ago, let me tell you. And so it like was not coming out. It was not coming out. It was not coming out. Like the clock was ticking for my Fantasy Critic League because I picked this game. And I'm like all up on social media, like adding him and DMing him. And I'm like, where's your game, dude? Like my whole freaking fantasy league is riding on your game. And I actually do want to play it. And like radio silence. And like totally, there is nothing, not even like sorry, we're not going to meet the deadline. Like nothing. Like this game, I assumed after a while was in dev hell because it was like gone. It was nowhere to be seen. And now we have a date, April 30th. We'll see if that happens, Mr. Developer whose name I forget.
The Jonathan
Yes.
Blow.
Maybe.
He's from the indie game
Sounds about
movie.
right.
The what?
Yeah, I think that's
The
right.
movie. There's
Indie
like
game movie.
documentary, indie the game. Where it
Oh,
had
that's good for him.
had Super Meat Boy, Super Meat Boy, Braid, and what was the other one? Fez?
I will begrudgingly
yes.
buy his game because I actually do want to play it.
You should watch the movie. It's great.
Rebecca,
I just want to
Rebecca's
say
like,
that
"Fuck
he
that
let me
movie."
down at a time that I really needed it.
Yeah. Bet on
I
the
could
wrong
have won
horse.
that year.
No, I'm with you. I was wondering if I've said it a few times over the years. I was wondering if they just announced it like before they ever started working on it. And they're like, yeah, we're going to remaster that one day. Go ahead and announce it. Just put it in the trailer. You know, because like this is just taking forever. And maybe he was shopping it and he sold it to Netflix. They're giving the game away for free. So like,
Braid?
yeah, you get Braid Anniversary Edition with your Netflix subscription. You play it on your phone or your tablet.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. So that's where
It's a
I'll be
great game.
playing it.
The original,
Anyway.
right?
I have like 4 copies of Braid. I need to buy more. So I'll just play the Netflix one. And if I really like it, maybe I'll pick it up later on sale or
Netflix.
something.
How sad is that we're saying I'm going to play this game on Netflix?
Yeah,
Shut
Dev
up.
doesn't like it either. See, Dev's
I'm not
just
saying
like
that.
you. Dev is also telling me to shut up every week. I don't understand. Like,
What do you do? What
So-
do you?
so what the way it works, you don't know how it works on
No, I don't.
on
know.
your mobile devices. So if you've got an iPad or a phone or anything like that, if you have a Netflix subscription, you can log into the Netflix app and essentially just lets you download games from the mobile store for free.
How do you play it?
You just play it on your phone. Like how do you play anything on your phone
I have to play it on my phone.
or your tablet?
That is correct.
Or if you had like an Apple TV, I guess it would work there too, I think.
What do you use as a controller?
Or
if you do
Android,
it on
if
your
it works
TV?
with Android. So like I have a backbone for my phone, but you can use a controller with your tablet. You can just pair a controller.
I don't want to
Yeah, you
play
can
games on
Bluetooth
my
one.
phone
Yeah, I get that.
personally because
I don't
Be like
use
that.
my problem is I want to be like texting and checking social media and like
I get it.
and like listening to Spotify.
I'm the
while I
same.
play.
I don't play games on my phone. I have an old phone that's just that I play games on. It's like having a handheld. That's all it
That's
does.
fun.
It doesn't even have cell service.
But I also
gotta
don't
connect
like
it to
the
Wi-Fi.
touch. I don't like, and you have like a little thing, but I don't like
Yeah, I
the
do.
touching for
The
like
screen.
controls and everything.
Yeah.
The Netflix,
That's-
and look, I'm not trying to stand for Netflix. I just feel like people are they're unnoticing what they're doing. Netflix has got a lot of good games coming to the subscription. They just got Death's Door and Katana Zero and Braid on day one. Like they are seriously making a little indie push here. Not competing with Nintendo or Xbox and anything like that, but competing with Apple Arcade, I think for sure.
They need to let me pair a controller to my TV so that I can play them.
I think what they need to do is they need to make a handheld. I think an Apple handheld.
No,
would
because I don't want to buy it.
I think an Apple handheld would really, a Netflix handheld, like some of the first major company that gives us a really good OS handheld that can do this stuff, I think can make good money in a good market. Not a ton. I'm not take over the game. That's not what I'm saying. I just think can be very competitive. I think if Apple made a handheld where you could Apple Arcade and do this Netflix stuff, very competitive. I think, I don't know if Netflix would want to get into hardware business. I doubt it. But anybody that can crack that code, I think there's something there. Because we see it, right? We see it with the Aya, the Odin 2. We see it with the Logi. We see it with all of these handhelds that keep coming out. People keep making them. It doesn't even have to be at the Steam Deck level. There's lots of people at the mobile level, right? The little level beneath them. They're having success. They're selling units. People are buying the stuff.
Yeah.
There's a
People
demand for a better product in this space
I think,
that we don't
yeah, I think you're right. And I think that the thing that Netflix has that all of those other, like Logitech and like all these other companies don't have is the timed exclusives.
Yeah,
like,
they
if
are
you're
buying
getting these games
games
first, like you need exclusives to really make your console successful.
They've done what do they have? They
Like
had Teenage Mutant Ninja
exclusives.
Turtles. They had Oxenfree. They bought the Oxenfree people.
Mhm.
Like people are not taking them serious. When Netflix told us like 2 years ago they were serious about games, and everything that they've shown since, I'm taking it like they are serious about games. Like this is not a little thing that they're dabbling with. It looks like this is a venture that they want to do. I'm just waiting for them to like start a streaming thing, and then you can stream games. Like I'm just waiting for them to turn that on.
Yeah.
You know it's coming.
Something
Probably
like
the
the
next
Xbox.
Assassin's Creed game. That's what Ubi does, right?
Yeah.
Couple headlines before we get into this week's questions. My Nintendo Rewards program is we talked about this. The retro looking reverse box art for the physical copies of Super Mario RPG.
Yep.
I just put 2 other things in my Nintendo shopping cart. I put the Pikmin 4 kitchen towel and the Metroid Prime Remastered big.
I mean, if you're going to pay for shipping, you might as well get as much as you can get out of it.
Yeah,
That is true.
so true. Hogwarts Legacy released on Switch does not live up to the trailer.
Yeah, the trailer looked really good. And then people started
Bad
streaming the
game.
game and playing it and then reporting on it. And Digital Foundry did their report on it. And it may be as good as it could be, but it's not great. There's no open world to it. I think that's like maybe the biggest thing. It's an open world game, but like on Switch, it has little hubs that you load into sections like like Morrowind or something like an old school game. It goes a little old school on it. I think it runs 720 docked and sub 720 in handheld mode. I think you're looking at like 480p or something like that in handheld. It's not, it's not great.
If you want that fix, but with a good game, get Baldur's Gate 3. Don't get Harry Potter.
I haven't played either one of them, but yeah. So the trailer made it look like this port was really good. It was just a really well put together trailer, but unfortunately didn't live up to the trailer.
Yeah.
Bandai Namco opens Studio 2 or Studio S to aid in
two studios.
There are 2 different studios, Studio
Yeah.
2 and Studio S, to aid in Nintendo game development. This is great news because they developed one of my favorite Nintendo Switch games, Pokemon Snap. Woo!
Oh wow. Yeah, they do
Okay.
Kart and Smash. So, yeah. I mean, I
love to
think
see it.
I think this is probably more of my impression when this news story dropped is this is maybe more of an official, like a formal matter, because this has probably already been this has been happening. Bandai's been working on Nintendo games with Nintendo for a decade.
A while.
So yeah, like Sakurai basically has his own studio, and it's whoever works with him at Bandai Namco. So there's probably, I think, maybe a little more official, more formal. Like we have teams that are dedicated to Nintendo, and I think this is how Nintendo prefers to work, because then they don't take on the ownership of employees, and if they have to make cuts and stuff, it doesn't get reported as Nintendo doing it. And I don't know if that's. I think it's a smart thing, especially with how PR works in the gaming space. But I don't think a lot of people have like really caught on that Nintendo does this a lot, because they do this a lot. They do it at the next level, and a lot of their second party devs, like they really like to lean second party if they can. So, yeah, just more of the same.
Yeah.
And finally, the Flop Fest in Splatoon 3 is currently ongoing for the rest of today until tonight. The teams this time are what is your go-to greeting is the question. Team Handshake, Team Fist Bump, or Team Hug?
None of the above.
I'm not
Don't
participating
touch me.
because I don't really care. Yes, exactly, literally. I would pick
Don't
Team
touch me.
Fist Bump because, like, sorry, but COVID has, like,
Team isolation.
eliminated Handshake.
Yes.
I never liked it anyway. Team Hug. Don't touch me. I don't know you. Get away from me. That's not a
Team
greeting.
leave me alone.
No.
Exactly.
Yeah. So Team Fist Bump is my team of choice, but they
No.
are winning halftime. I don't care that much.
What
There's
happened to
too many
Team
yeah,
Wave?
Team
Like just high and just keep it moving.
I was on Team Sup. Sup.
Yeah,
Team-
there you go. I like that one.
Turn around and face the other direction.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the reason why everybody's picking Team Fist Bump.
Yeah.
Team Fist.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. I like
Y'all are
it.
dirty. Y'all are naughty. Y'all are nasty.
Nasty people.
That has been a thing in Splatoon 3 for
I know. Of
always,
course,
making the
that's the
teams
fun part.
inappropriate.
Yeah. I mean, they're the ones shooting
Um,
around like damn jizz liquid and stuff. Like it's
Yeah,
not like
white colored ink.
she comes from on high. It trickles down.
Hit us with some questions, Donnie.
Pun intended. Jay writes, what are some games you've been waiting for a good sale to get? Black Friday is upon us. Are you guys shopping? Are you hunting for something?
I will tell you, first of all, I walked into Best Buy on Friday because I had to go pick up my Splatoon 3 amiibo. I just talked about how much I don't like Splatoon
Yeah.
anymore, but
Here
I
she is behind the extras.
shut up.
She's like, I'm not
pre-ordered
playing.
them. I hate Splatoon.
Here's $25.
But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get Super Mario RPG, and I
Okay.
walked around that whole goddamn store. I looked in the new release section. I looked in the Nintendo section. I could not find that or Mario Wonder because I was gonna consider getting both of them, and neither of them were on the shelves. Personally, so when I was checking out on my amiibo, I asked him like, "Hey, like, do you guys have that new Mario game that came out today?" He's like, is that like the one that's like, and I was like, RPG? And he's like, oh, yeah, I think I have it in the back. Let me check. And he brought it out. And I'm like, yeah, like, I didn't see it on the shelves. You know, it's kind of weird.
Maybe they're not
It
putting
came
games
today.
out on the floor anymore.
So weird.
I know
I don't
the
wanna
last
be
time
no
I was at Best Buy, all of the games and like cards and stuff were all behind the cashier. So they can pull and grab it, you know, and just hand it to you.
At the Best Buy that I usually go to, they have them in the area where you like getting ready to check out at. It's like a whole row of games and movies there. You just grab them there.
And they might be shrinking the floor space for games. Probably put out more TVs. Seems like all
Maybe.
Best Buy really wants to sell are laptops and TVs.
Correct.
Yeah.
Car
And they're
speakers.
phasing out physical movies, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just don't make enough money for the real estate that they give it, I guess. I don't really like shopping at Best Buy and have it in some time. Like if I can't get it online, I'm not really all that interested. The stores are like kind of sad. Just
I like
boxes on the
steelbooks.
floors everywhere.
It is.
Just boxes, just TVs and boxes of chairs and just all the stuff on the floor everywhere. It's like, damn, man. Used to have
So what the
shelves
world
and
has
stuff.
become.
Now they just throw the shelf on the floor.
They do.
Yeah.
They, especially around this time of season. Like, hey, just grab your TV off the floor. if you
Yeah,
want
it's just like, what are we building forts? What's going on over here? Like,
it. Bunch of TVs on the floor. just computers and stuff everywhere. Like, all right, we get it.
The next what are you guys shopping for anything? We didn't answer.
Mario Wonder, I guess.
Yes, you should guess.
Not really.
It's incredible.
It's not going to go on sale. It's going to
No,
be like
it
10%
definitely
off, maybe.
You'd be
Like,
lucky if it
in 3
doesn't
years
go
from
up in
now.
price.
Exactly.
Like at this
Now,
point.
$79.99.
I'm just going to play it this week when Josh comes.
Nice.
Damn.
I'm shopping for a really cheap copy of Lego 2K Drive. That's like the game that's been on my Black Friday hunt list. I specifically I want it, but I only want to pay like $20 for it. Like I'm kind of set and I've like drawn a line in the sand how much I want to buy this game. So waiting for either a used copy or a really good sale. I think there's another one out there. Just can't remember. Maybe not. And I just got Dead Island, which I'm still playing. So I think that's probably it. Just that one.
Yeah. I usually use Black Friday for buy gifts for like family and stuff like that. Games for family members and stuff like that. I don't think I'll be getting nothing for myself this year. I usually like renew my like PS Plus around this time or Xbox. They usually have like sales.
I saw the Plus deal that went out a couple of days ago. Have you seen that one yet?
No, I have not.
The thing that shocked me is that it's not as good as it usually is. Usually half off. Right?
Yeah.
This year it's not.
That's how I usually.
This year it's.
That's how you.
You get $30 off. I think.
Okay. That's
like,
how I have PS Plus every year. I don't.
Either $30 or 30%. But I think it was like the $100 whatever you get for like $79.99 or something like that.
So it's back to its original prices.
I was like, ooh, there's that inflation creeping up.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Jay also asks, what's your craziest Black Friday memory? His was going out very early in a snowstorm to wait for Nintendo Wii a couple days after it released.
Absolutely not.
For a snowstorm? For a Wii?
Nah. Absolutely not.
I don't think I ever did anything on Black Friday, but it wasn't on Black Friday, but my dad and my uncle waited in line for a Wii that like winter for me and my cousin. They stayed overnight to camp out in a tent and get us each a Wii for Christmas.
Nice. Like wild that we do this. Like just as a society, we go sleep out at stores.
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't really happen anymore now that all pre-orders are online.
Yeah, I think it's a good thing.
Like very rare.
I also waited for a Wii. I've told that story a bunch. I bought 2 Wiis. I bought one to have, and I bought one to basically scout. And I did. I sold it for twice what I paid for it to pay off the one that I bought. Like, that's
Smart
what
man.
Because it was 2006, right? 2005.
Yeah.
I was a junior in high school. Like I was working part-time jobs and stuff. Like I couldn't afford it. But my Black Friday, I don't really have a crazy Black Friday story. I've never really gone out on Black Friday. The only time I did was when the new Nintendo 3DS models came out. This one, the faceplate model, the Slim. I don't even really know what this is called. This is called the new 3DS, but in America, we only had it for like 45 days before they phased it out. But the year that this released, GameStop were doing these, I want to say for $99 or something. It was ridiculously cheap. And it was also the year that the Nintendo, the NES Classic dropped. So I went to Black Friday. It was down the street. I was out there like 4:30 in the morning before the GameStop opened. They were opening, I think they opened at like 5 or 5:30. I was number 4 in line. I was number 4 in line. And I brought mine and Jack's 3DS XLs because what I had realized is that the doorbuster price for these slim 3DSs, I could trade in a 3DS and literally get one of these for free. They give me money. They gave me money. They gave me one of these and like $15 for my 3DS XL. So I'm in line. Everybody's waiting. Everybody wants a Nintendo Entertainment System, like the NES Mini. That's all everybody wants. The guy comes out and he goes, we have 4 NES Minis. He's like, that's it. He's like, so the first 4 in line He's like, and then he starts going down the line. He's like, do you want an NES Mini? He's like, yep. He's like, here's your ticket. He's like, do you want one? Yep. You want one? And the person behind me, they're number 5 in line. And they're just like super pissed. It's like this mom, right? And she's just like, I can't believe I'm out here. It was cold for Georgia, but not too cold. But it was like maybe like 39 degrees. It was cold. And they get to me and they're like, you here for an NES? And I was like, absolutely not. Like, I most certainly am not. They're like,
wait, did you tell the mom before she like walked away?
Not until they came to ask me. Not until they came to ask me. And she was like,
but she didn't walk away.
She didn't. No, she was like, are you serious? I was like, yeah. I was like, I don't want one. She was like, oh, thank you so much. She's like, you're an angel.
I am here for I'm here for the real prize.
Delvin, here's the crazy thing that I remember about that. The guy asked me, he goes, what are you here for? And I go, I want it was these. You got them in white and black. I think there was I remember Mario being on the box, but it wasn't the one with the Mario faceplates. And I said, I'm here for the Doorbuster deal with the 3DS. And he goes, okay. He's like, they're only one per customer. I was like, well, that sucks. I brought 2. Like, I want 2. And he said, is anybody else here for the 3DS? And nobody else was. It was just me. Nobody gave
I thought you were going to say that the woman like bought one and then like gave it to you.
No, nobody else wanted one. So I'm sitting there and here's the awkward part, right? Everybody's in store. They're trying to get NES. They're trying to get PlayStation and get their game. I'm literally conducting a trade-in at like 5:15.
They're like, look at this dick.
They gotta pull out the chargers. They gotta turn on my 3DS to make sure it works.
Wasting everybody's time.
And I'm sitting there I'm 4th in line, and I'm just like, what's up?
I was gonna say that the lady behind you probably tells that story about her Black Friday and how she saw the envelope slipping from her fingers, and then this angel descends from the line and is like, "Nah, I don't want that shit."
I remember because afterwards she just kept telling. She's like, "Oh, my kids have wanted nothing but this. They're so hard to get." And I told her the story of how we got ours. We chased that damn Nintendo truck down. Right. So I was like, oh yeah, we've already got one and we're good. And I just sat there the whole time and it was very awkward. That trade-in maybe took 30 minutes and I'm just sitting there the whole time, lines out the door. People are cold, people trying to get stuff. And I'm just getting my 3DSs. And they gave me 2 3DSs. I got a white and black. Jack's was black. I got the white model and I think they gave me it was like $26 back. I was like, I can't believe you're taking you're giving me a brand new system and money. I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. I feel like I'm robbing
5 a.m. With the line out the door.
Yep.
That's funny. That's a good
This
story.
is how you know Donnie's a good person, though.
How?
Well,
I bet a lot of the people waiting online think they hated me.
Yeah, but you could have bought it and turned around and sold it to the lady behind you for double the price.
I wouldn't do that. No, I'm good.
But Donnie, there are people
would
that
have definitely did
done
that.
There's a lot of
100%.
people that would do that.
Yeah, you're probably right. Honestly, you're right. You're right, Dylan, because I don't think that ever even entered my mind. That's not what I was there for.
And that's why you're a good person.
Yeah,
and she would have bought it from you for double the price.
I remember talking to her about it while we were waiting to get in. I was like, oh yeah. He was like, you can hack it? She's like, what is this dork? Like, yeah, I've got one. Mine's got like 100 games on it. It's pretty cool.
Now I have 2.
You can go on eBay and get the same exact thing, from 30 years ago.
Oh.
I still have one in the box.
Yeah?
Never opened. Just sitting in the house.
Is it worth anything? I haven't thought about them in forever. I have no idea. I got rid of mine when the Super one came out. That's really the only one I ever wanted. In the
box for collectors.
I just put all my ROMs on the Super Nintendo one with all the extra stuff. And I was like, well, I don't even need the old one anymore. This is better.
Yeah, I have. Somebody bought me one and I already had one. So yeah.
Super Nintendo.
Dude, speaking of the NES, remember when Nintendo made NES Joy-Cons that you clip on the side of the Switch, like fucking ridiculous shit that they made?
Yes.
I remember hating that then, and everybody was freaking out about them. I remember Kara was like, "We got to get them. They're only on the Nintendo Switch Online. You got to be a member." And I was like, "This is the ugliest shit I've ever seen."
Okay, wait. I do have the Super Nintendo version. It does not do the little
Sure,
clippy
but like it
thing.
doesn't stick on the side. Like, what was the point? Like, what was that? Like each person's gonna hold an end of. I was like, "What is this garbage?"
This is
Nintendo does some wild shit sometimes, guys.
yeah. This is bad.
Wouldn't it have
I'm
made more
looking at it
sense to
again.
just make an NES controller
can you
an
play
NES
them
pad?
handheld with that?
I don't know. I don't think so. Like
Or is
maybe
it
I
just-
don't
it's just
know.
for
I never
charging
had
it?
one. I was
I
just
thought
like,
it was just for charging.
even if it's just for charging, is a terrible idea. It was just a terrible idea, though. All around,
It is.
is a terrible idea. They put the rails on that damn thing. I remember people were like, "We got to get them." I was like, "Why? Why is everybody freaking out about it? I don't get it."
No bueno.
That'd be the stuff that'd be like collectible. Like 8 years, somebody's gonna sell one for $16,000 or some shit.
People still can't get the N64 one.
That makes a lot of sense because those games on NSO are pretty good, but they are not good if you're playing like on the Joy-Cons.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
gotta have
need
like
if you want to play the 64 game, you need a 64 controller because I tried playing a couple of
remember
them.
how
And
they
they were
told
like,
you don't do this?
"Oh yeah." Yeah, they're like, "Hold ZR and press the thing to be the C right button." I was like, "What the fuck? Who came up with this? This is terrible." So yeah, you need the 64 controller. The NES controller never made any sense to me.
Nah.
I don't know why that thought popped in my head. I mean, I know why we were talking about the NES, but like I haven't thought about that in years. And all of a sudden, it was like, oh man, what the trash did they come up with? Oh, speaking of trash, Delvin, I bought the Atari collection. Did you see
Oh.
that?
You told me you got it. Did you try it?
I did it
Did
for
you-
you and CJ. It hasn't come yet. I paid
Oh, okay.
like
So-
$8 for it. It's on sale. I used the coupon. It's coming. So we're gonna
$8.
find out. We're gonna find out.
For the good documentary.
That's it. That's all I'm
Good
really
point,
hoping for. I'm just hoping to learn a little bit about Atari through these videos and suffer through these terrible video games. And
Yeah.
we'll see. Maybe I'll find one that I like.
I was gonna say there's probably one or two that you'll probably enjoy.
Are there any sports games? I got
You
it
don't
on
play
Switch
sports
too.
games.
Is it really bad on Switch? That was the other thing I was thinking. I was like, surely Switch can play some
It
Atari.
can't be.
ROMs.
It can't be too bad on Switch.
Like
It's
it
an
can't be,
Atari.
right? Of course. We'll find out.
Like, it has to work well.
Chris
Yeah.
Johnson, I'm coming for you. The return. The return of Heel Donnie. I'm gonna come tell him about how terrible these games are. Now that I've played them.
Man.
But yeah, I did pick it up. I've been hunting for that one. So that was one of my Black Friday ones. Before I move on, Delvin, Black Friday stories.
I don't really have any. Only thing I remember specifically that comes to my mind is how after the pandemic, stores were like empty on Black Friday. Like,
I do
went,
remember
like,
that.
really- it was like eerily.
People live streaming
Empty.
from Walmart and stuff. There's like 8 people there. I remember.
Yeah, it was so
Yeah.
weird. Like it was like just no one here. Like I went
People
in,
ain't trying to
they were
catch
like
COVID,
TV.
man.
Like they were like, "You want a TV?" Like absolutely not. I don't
No,
want that
okay.
raggedy TV. Like,
You know what I remember? Because inflation was going. People were like, I don't need a $120 TV. I need cheaper groceries. Like, you
Yeah.
lower the price on this family lasagna,
Can you-
please? Damn.
can you do Black Friday on food?
Right.
Like,
You're out here
all
selling
this other
TVs
shit
and
we don't need.
speakers
Yeah,
and stuff, man.
groceries.
How about some bread and a hamburger? Can I afford steak for once? Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
we'll even take it if it's about a couple of days from expiring. Just lower the price. Like we'll make it work.
It's like you can buy one TV or 2 steaks. Your choice. Same amount of money.
Yeah.
All right. We have Thanksgiving questions. John 32 says, Thanksgiving question for you. Turkey, yay or nay? Favorite side dish?
Why would anybody say nay? You are supposed
My
to.
daughter is one of those
Thanksgiving.
people. She fought hard this year to not have turkey. Some people just
What?
don't like turkey.
What?
I'm on Team
You
Rebecca here.
vegetarian?
This is one of the few times I love turkey. I don't
What else
eat
do you
turkey
eat?
all the time. She wants ham. She just wants a ham.
That's for Christmas.
That's what I say. I'm with you. We're in sync on this one. My thing is, I get why some people may not like turkey. I get it, but it's only like once a year. I'm not eating
Mhm.
turkey every week or anything like that.
Yeah.
I'm addicted to my post Thanksgiving turkey sandwich. like my Black Friday, that weekend, that leftover
Like
turkey sandwich. Yeah,
Maybe over it.
with the leftovers.
Yeah.
Man, I want to eat turkey sandwiches for a week, and then I'm good. See, look, here's Garrett. See,
And that's enough turkey for the entire year.
Turkey says he hates.
What do you mean? What do you mean you hate turkey? There's nothing to hate about turkey. It's just like a normal poultry.
I'm with you, but it's a thing. It's a thing that people have. People have
What? This is news to me. Do
people
you
have
hate
issues with
chicken
turkey.
too? It's just like the most basic bird.
I wonder if it's maybe the way people cook it. Like maybe they, I don't want to say maybe they haven't had good turkey, but maybe they haven't. Because a lot of people find turkey dry, but if you're eating dry turkey, it's not cooked very well. You're not eating good turkey.
Maybe these people should have duck instead.
Yeah. And you could do that.
That's a little
Christmas
greasy
story.
for me. Favorite side dish? All of them? Well, not really. I
Rebecca
like
said
green
yes.
beans. Okay, so I just want to shout out my dad one time made this amazing pineapple stuffing, and it was so good.
It does sound
I talk
good.
about it every year, and he's like I forget what he says, but like he's like, oh, you know, like I don't know. There's some reason why we don't have it anymore, but it's so good.
Yeah, I'm also like on board with just sides in general. Who doesn't love anything? Green beans.
The only thing I
green
don't like is
casserole,
cranberry sauce. I
mac
don't
and
like that.
cheese. You know,
Mac and cheese, I love.
I've tried cranberry sauce and I've never really like got on board with it. I never really understood
It's okay.
why people eat it.
It depends on what kind of cranberry sauce is. If it's the one that comes out the can, then absolutely not. If the one that's homemade, it's a lot better.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
the difference.
Sweet potato
Looking up
souffle
more
is always a
stuff.
favorite in my family.
Stuffing is
My
so
wife is
good.
doing Thanksgiving this year, so we're cooking ourselves.
Rolls,
I'm on board with
cornbread,
everything. Yeah,
Banana pudding.
love green
That's my jam.
beans,
banana pudding, pumpkin pie.
squash. Pumpkin. Oh, okay. That's a dessert. We haven't gotten there yet. We were talking about side dishes.
Okay,
What for
I'm,
dessert? Pumpkin pie.
I'm a mashed potatoes, mac and cheese, green beans, stuffing, just the traditional.
All that stuff works.
Hit me with the favorites. Yep. Dude,
Yeah.
let's play the hits.
Yeah.
Delvin, turkey, yay or nay?
Yeah, turkey's fine. As long as it's cooked right. As long as it's not like dry as shit. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I
as long
think
as
maybe
it's
these
good
people
turkey.
just have eaten dry turkey.
Yeah, badly cooked
Yeah.
turkey. And a good old
I don't
pulled
want
turkey leg.
to eat a piece of turkey and then eat like a gallon of water. Like, yeah.
I will say that I prefer the dark meat. I'm not a big fan of the white meat. I like the dark meat.
I've never had a preference on that for anything. Chicken, turkey, I don't care. I'm like, yeah,
Too.
give me some. like I'm here for it. Whatever.
It just
Whatever.
has so much more
What's
flavor
best? Who cooked it the best?
to me.
Okay. I don't know how we're gonna do our turkey. We may, because I can smoke it. We haven't talked about it. We need to talk about it. We need to figure that out. I could either smoke it. She's got the Instapot. We can bake it. I don't know.
That's
I haven't
good.
thought about it. I don't do the grease pit thing. I'm not messing with any of that. I've seen
Mashed
too many
potatoes,
terrible
but
accidents with
with
that.
Oh, my
sweet
brother.
potatoes.
Did exactly what you're talking about.
The deep fry.
He deep fried one and completely fucked up the pot.
Dude, my
Right through.
firefighters, they run all day on Thanksgiving. Like they're constantly getting called out. These people should not be called out at all. These people can't stop setting their houses on fire with deep fryers. These morons like, we'll do it in the garage.
Yeah, that's not a good idea.
Spill a boiling pot of oil all over their damn house. Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah.
KDP says, if any Zelda characters had Thanksgiving feast at the Hyrule Castle, who is likely to eat what part of the Thanksgiving meal? I'll just go Link's gonna eat a turkey leg. Right? That fits.
Yeah.
Like raw,
Yeah.
probably.
Probably. Yeah. What's Zelda's Thanksgiving dish du jour?
Casserole.
Casserole?
Probably.
Yeah,
Okay.
casserole. That's something she would eat.
What's Ganon? What's Ganon eating on Thanksgiving?
Is he invited?
I was gonna say he's not even invited.
Thanksgiving,
It's
that's
like
the
a
point, right?
castle.
We all break bread together for one day of peace. That's the whole point.
Okay.
Cats and dogs.
Feel like he would bring some nasty shit that no one wants to eat and then eat up all the good shit. He seems like the type of dude who'd do that shit.
I'm now thinking
He would cook the turkey and keep it in the oven too long.
I'm now thinking he's definitely the deep fried turkey guy. I got it. I'm now thinking, should we have come up with Hyrule like Thanksgiving meals instead of just giving them traditional? Because the thing that hit me was like the Gorons, right? Are they making like some rock casserole, like
rock food,
hard rock
Marbled rock
souffle? Yeah.
Yes.
I forgot all about Tears of the Kingdom. Those dudes were getting lit. They were getting high on their own supply.
Yes, they were.
The Zoras are eating. They're not eating turkey. They're eating like fish or something.
I was gonna give them the cranberry sauce.
Yeah,
it works.
Ganon's bringing dubious food.
Dubious.
Like, do you really want to eat this? Like, you can eat it, but should you eat it?
Gloom rolls.
Yeah.
If you were to have a Thanksgiving feast with Nintendo characters, who's allowed to join and why? He says, obviously, Kirby, Yoshi, and Wario are not allowed. So they'll eat everything.
Samus is invited, and she is on a strictly vegetarian diet. She will not eat the animals. But she probably has like something tofu. She needs a lot of protein, despite being vegetarian.
All the way. Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong's going ham on mashed potatoes.
No, Donkey Kong's eating the banana pudding.
Oh, that's even better. Better.
Yeah.
Yep. What
do you
say,
like if Donkey Kong comes, Cranky Kong can't come. Like, he's not going to be.
Oh, Cranky Kong's definitely at Thanksgiving. Everybody has a Cranky Kong at the Thanksgiving table. We all know
he's the uncle that's saying racist things the whole time.
We all know
exactly.
He's about to talk politics. You know who I'm going to vote for?
You got to stay home, Cranky Kong.
I went to the store and there was a cashier with blue hair that was.
Let me tell you something. Back in my day, we didn't sit around. Oh, all right. That's
he
funny.
definitely has a particular bumper sticker on his car.
I'm just saying, why does everybody hate Ganon? He didn't do anything to me. Listen, the price of Lon Lon milk was cheaper when Ganon was in power. Is that enough? I think we've danced on that enough. Let's move on.
Yeah.
Make America gloom again.
Man, my cheekbones hurt. Brendan says, what is your dream Nintendo themed float for the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade? Brendan is pitching us a Final Destination stage in Smash with costumes from the OG Smash commercial, duking it out.
Holy shit.
That's pretty epic. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I don't think is America ready for that? No. And coming down First Street, Pikachu drop kicking Mario. Whoa! What is happening? What floats do we have? I don't know floats.
We've had Pikachu and
they do balloons. We got Pikachu. Those aren't floats though, right?
Yeah.
They do the balloons. I've seen the giant Pikachu. I don't know. I don't remember.
Is that considered part of a float?
It's a balloon.
Yeah, I've seen the balloon. I don't know if I recall I've seen it.
Isn't that what a float is?
No, the floats are on the street. The balloons are in the air. Right?
But it's being pulled by like a car.
Oh, I guess you're right. It could be. They could be attached to each other.
Yeah,
I've never given it this much thought, to be honest with you. I never paid a whole lot of attention to the Macy's Day Parade. So I'm trying to think of a way to incorporate the Rockettes, but I want Zelda Rockettes is what I'm trying to get to. See what I'm putting down, Delvin? I'm like, how do we get there?
I definitely see what you're putting down.
I don't really know. I don't know what this should be. Pass. Sorry, Brendan.
How about like you know how Mario 1? Every time you reach the end of a level, you have to climb up the little stairs and stuff to get the ladder, get the flag.
Yep.
A float like that, just kind of doing that. That'd be pretty cool to see.
Today was the 105th annual Macy's Day Parade was stopped when a Mario fell off the thing and was ran over by the car. That's all I'm hearing about this. You've got all these stairs going up. The wind blows.
Mario just falls off. Some kid crying, "Mommy, Mario's dead!"
That's all I'm hearing. Oh, somebody posted. All right, G-Man says we had Sonic before, and that actually jogs my memory. The Black Friday game that I'm hunting for cheap is Sonic Superstars.
That's a good one.
Sonic, yeah.
I don't have that.
I knew there was another one out there. I've been waiting on that one to go on sale. All right, Gags chimes in. With Super Mario RPG releasing this weekend, I have to ask, which Super Nintendo classic would you most prefer get a remake? Our options are Super Metroid, Super Mario World, Link to the Past, and Earthbound.
Link to the Past. You know what? I feel like a Link to the Past is getting one. Eventually,
it's already got one, kind of. Link Between Worlds is kind of a...
Yeah,
it's not the same.
These are very holy games.
I don't want to remake any of these games. If I had to pick one, Earthbound.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Earthbound.
I don't leave these alone.
I would not mind seeing Super Metroid in Dread's style.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, but like, I mean, I'm not saying it's not cool, but like Super Metroid looks great as it is.
So
I think
do all of these games.
That's what I'm saying. That's more or less where I'm coming from. It's like, man, leave Super Mario World alone. Like 100%. Don't do that. Don't touch that. Leave it alone. And the best you could do is modernize it. If you want to make it adapt to bigger screens and stuff, sure, that's fine. But don't change one damn thing about that game. And like I said, Link to the Past, we have Link Between Worlds, and when I played it, I mean, that's more or less what I was thinking. I was like, it's kind of like a reimagining of that.
What do they do the thing I think that Halo does, where you can just hit the button and it goes to the old version of it?
Go back.
Yeah, go back and forth to which one you want to play.
I don't know, man. Just the idea of playing any of these games in like a new style, even being able to flip back, just sounds wrong.
I'll tell you one thing. I don't want it to be a Link to the Past.
Yeah.
I would take Earthbound.
I can get behind what Rebecca's saying. Metroid, like what you were saying, being able to flip back and forth. Okay. All right. You want to make it look cooler and add more atmosphere and laser
make it one for one.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I can be on board with that. Of all the ones to like really update the style, maybe that one, as long as you leave it alone, but I was just thinking Earthbound just to like maybe make it more
popular,
quality of life stuff and like Super Mario RPG,
accessible.
Like, what would I Super Mario RPG? Earthbound. I would Super Mario RPG out of these four.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but we don't need to mess with any of these.
I agree.
And our last question, well, not really a question. Yarn says, just wondering, since it looks like PSVG is going to have an extra week or so off for the holidays compared to last year, can you try to get the whole team on the end of the year podcast? It's been an extremely awesome year for games, and I would love to hear as many PSVG peeps as possible talk about together. And Yarden, that's the goal. That is always the goal. We are limited on Melon somewhat. I think we can have 8. I think we can have 8 people. But it doesn't have to. We could do something else. I could record a Zoom call or whatever. Like, it doesn't have to be a Melon. We could pull out other,
especially with
OBS
the issues.
Yeah, we could do something. And we often don't record that live anyway. We often record it offline and then just post it. So, yeah, we could.
I feel like we can get most of the people there.
I hope. Last year, who were missing? The Board of Video Games crew. Kyle, he's got school and stuff. I think Josh works nights, so that's always a challenge. And then Delvin's the one you got to watch out for. Every time there's more than 3 people in a show, Delvin tries to find a way out.
Absolutely.
He's like, oh, you have 5 people? No, I don't need to be there. I'm going to go.
Nah, I don't want to be there.
So
that might be my social anxiety acting up, but yeah, I'm not good.
I really, really hope that we can nail this down. It should be fun. It would be nice. I look forward to it every year. I try my best to get the ex-PSVG folks like through. I'm always inviting people to come on, but schedules are tough. So we will try our best. to get as many as we can. That's the best promise I can make to you. And before I turn it back over to Rekka, just once again reiterate, we are looking for new people. We have new stuff that's coming. If you're interested, let us know.
There you go.
So that's it. I hope all of our fellow Americans have a safe and happy Thanksgiving. We're recording normal next week, right?
I plan on it. Unless you guys have travel plans or something I'm not aware of. Yeah, we should be here the 26th.
I'll be home. I'll be here.
Cool.
And in that case, we will see you next time. Have a good week, Koopalings.
Happy Turkey Day.
Whenever you're ready.
All right. This is Frederick from Fire Emblem Awakening. And I forgot the line already. What?